The celebration of a town ball championship has been a big part of the Minnesota sports scene for more than 100 years. But this century-old tradition has seen many changes throughout the years. Again, in 2025, the format changes, with 3 champions being crowned. While the landscape of the tournament looks a bit different, the landscaping on display will again be the talk of Minnesota baseball. 4 traditional ballparks will take center stage. Hutchinson, who last hosted in 2016, Gaylord, site of the 2009 championship, and Brownton and Glencoe had the honor of crowning champs in 2011. The tournament begins in 5 days. Tonight, you find out the path your ball club has to take to join the celebration. Welcome to the 2025 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Tonight's bracket reveal is brought to you by Dura Edge, engineered soils. The difference is in the dirt. Max Bat, the official wood bat of the Minnesota Baseball Association. Reinders, turf and landscaping solutions and supplies. AIM Electronics, scoreboards and digital displays. Rawlings, the official baseball of the state tournament. For the 6th straight year, each and every state tournament game will be seen live on NSPN.TV. Please welcome tonight's host, NSPN.TV's Ryan Phelps.
Hello everyone and welcome. The 2025 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Bracket Reveal Show is coming to you live here on a beautiful Sunday evening. The final seeding game just wrapped up moments ago, so the field is set. We've got a panel full of experts to come in and break down all the action. Plus, we'll visit with Mark Forsman, our annual visit with the president of the NBA. It's all coming your way during the 2025 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament Bracket Reveal Show. Well, first, a look back as the 2024 championships were played in Belle Plaine, Green Isle, Shakopee, and Jordan. And in clutch fashion, the hometown Jordan Brewers advanced to the Mini-Met Class C final against Waconia. Baseball fans filled Jordan's Mini-Met on Labor Day with another 300 or so watching from beyond the fences. Waconia came to the finals with a ton of confidence, and they jumped out to a sizable lead on Jake Hendricks' 2-run homer. The Lakers built a 4-run advantage. Jordan did not have an answer as Waconia starter John Bezdicek struck out the first 7 Brewers. Bezdicek took a no-hitter into the 9th, but that evaporated and Jordan brought the winning run to the plate. The Lakers lefty gets the called 3rd strike. Waconia's dog pile in the infield signifies the Lakers' first state title. The Class AB final featured the defending champ Air Freight of St. Paul, but they needed 9th inning heroics in the semis just to get there. Kyle Halverson's walk-off homer stunned Lions Pub and sent them to the finals to take on the Miesville Mudhens. The Mudhens were primed and prepared in the final. They scored 7 times in the 3rd inning, and that was too much for Air Freight to overcome. In fact, Miesville closed the game out in 7 innings, winning 12-1, their first title in 7 years. Championship number 8 for one of the most successful town teams in Minnesota. The 2024 tourney, one for the books as we invite Mark Forsman, president of the Minnesota Baseball Association. Always a pleasure, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, Ryan. And it seems like we were just here a few weeks ago, and we're back at the championship baseball weekend. So,
yeah, it's a thrilling event every year. As we at NSPN have gotten to be a part of this, we've seen it grow so much, and it's so much fun to be a part of being at these games, all the great ballparks. We'll get to the parks here in a minute. First, let's talk about the new format, a little different scene this year.
Yeah, the format has been kind of interesting as far as, you know, the goods and the bads been ridiculed a little bit of changing, why change a good thing, and, you know, it's interesting because there's been the last 5 years, there's been teams that have been coming to the state tournament all the time. And we thought maybe there's an opportunity to get some of the Class C teams. And with our criteria program, there's a way to divulge what teams should be playing against each other.
Sure.
And with the new class now, it's with our criteria system, we've kind of narrowed in on smaller Class C teams, our middle class, Class B, and then our bigger class, Class A. So we're just looking for, in this tournament format, you have a team like Opal and a team like Quamba, never been to a state tournament, so some of these teams haven't been in 20, 30 years too. So we're hoping for a very big attendance coming in this tournament.
Well, the fans at the ballparks will get a chance to see some of those new teams. Let's talk about the ballparks. We've got Brownton, Glencoe, Gaylord, and Hutch. 4 great sites. Our crew at NSPN got to visit them about a month ago, make sure everything is looking good, and I'll tell you, they're in good shape.
Yeah, they are. Our board went down there in July, and we looked at all the parks and, doing a little changes here and there and making sure everything's looking just right. And I think it's going to be 4 good spots right down 212 and around that area. So I think easy access to the parks and kind of in the somewhat middle of Minnesota. So I think we'll draw really well.
Mark Forsman, president of the Minnesota Baseball Association, 5 years for you now, and we've seen some changes. We talked about the format change this year, and kind of an exciting evolution as we're making our way through the 2020s here. Tell us a little bit about kind of where you've been over the last 5 years and the outlook of the NBA.
So, like we've talked before, Ryan, it's kind of I've got some very qualified board members that are very tech savvy, and they do a lot of things that can kind of increase our potential of what we want how we want to bring this tournament. One, we want good atmosphere in our tournament. We want to make sure it's inclusive to everybody around the state, and that by hosting different sites for the state tournament sites also. So it's a good thing that way. We're looking forward. We're trying to always make it better. And if you're not on a board, or if you're not trying, just in life, you always want to make things better.
Yeah.
And my board is behind me as far as they agree and they work hard, and I just appreciate all their efforts.
I know the towns that host these events, they put so much work, so many volunteers,
Right.
and the hours that go into this. And we've seen that over the years, again, as we've done all of the games on NSPN.TV in the last 5 years since you took over, a little before that, actually. We've seen the work that goes in. Talk just a little bit about the process that these towns go through, not just to get the ballparks ready, but to be able to host these tournaments, what the process is like.
Right. I mean, they're spending a lot of time and money, and they are just putting a lot of effort into, it's kind of like, I'm going to do better than my town next to me. So everybody's kind of against each other competing at their ballpark. So that enhances all the ballparks throughout the state. And then also, to pull off one of these tournaments, you have to have volunteers and people that just come out and help you. And, it's just part of the grace of the community, just lending out a hand and, making the tournament a great place to be at.
We've got brackets to break down yet. One last thing, though, before we let you go, Mark. Tell us about the golf tournament.
Well, so we have the Fred Ruffs golf tournament. It's going to be at Oakdale Golf Club. If you go to our webpage, you can get a team and go on there. We have a very good cause for that tournament. Taylor Holthouse has a brain tumor, and his family has incurred some pretty major medical bills. And I'm just asking the NBA family to reach out. If you can't come to the tournament and support the tournament, golf tournament, maybe send a donation to Mike Nagel, our treasurer on the state board, or come and just come to the golf tournament and say hi and help out in some way, because we have a member in need, and I know everybody will respond to that. So we have 23 teams now, I think Tom said.
Okay.
So we could use a few more.
Very good. Mark Forsman, president of the Minnesota Baseball Association. Always a pleasure, Mark. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Ryan.
And we'll continue with the bracket reveal as we reveal the first set of brackets. Class A comes up first. We'll have our experts join us as we break those down, coming up live right here on the NBA YouTube channel and NSPN.TV.
Baseball isn't just a game, it's pride, it's community. At Reinders, we help professionals deliver the stage where these stories unfold. From mound clay and conditioners to irrigation and competition grade grass seed, we provide what pros need when they need it. Because maintaining America's pastime takes more than effort. It takes expertise. Reinders, your trusted partner in the field.
MaxBat is proud to support the Minnesota Baseball Association as we are the official wood bat. We take great pride in producing high-quality wood bats for professional, amateur, and youth baseball players worldwide. At MaxBat, our main focus is quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time. All MaxBats are created using meticulous hand craftsmanship and engineering in our state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Town Ball Country, Brewton, Minnesota. We want to thank you for your continued support and for making us the leading wood bat brand in Minnesota. For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494. Kick off the beginning of the new high school season and the end of summer of 25 with a $25 annual subscription to the Neighborhood Sports Network. You heard me correctly. Get 12 months of all the great stuff you see on NSPN.TV for only $25. This offer is only available through Labor Day. Be part of all the moments and all the memories on NSPN.TV.
And welcome back to the 2025 State Amateur Baseball Tournament Bracket Reveal Show. Ryan Phelps with you here live on a beautiful Sunday evening. It's an undisclosed location here in central Minnesota. Adam Gallatin from Forest Lake, Nate Jackson from St. Bonnie, our guests for Class A as we break down those brackets first. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Let's jump in.
Let's take a look
People
at
are waiting.
Game 1, if you will, Andy, of the Class A state tournament. Here we go. We've got the Waconia Lakers taking on the Minnetonka Monarchs. Game 1. The winner advances to take on the Miesville Mud Hens. And on the bottom side of that bracket, the Minneapolis River Rats versus the Forest Lake Brewers. Awaiting them, St. Anthony, the Hogs. Guys, what do we think?
Well, with that Lakers-Monarchs game, that's going to be probably one of the best games to start off this tournament. Two great quality pitchers that will go against each other. It's really going to come down to who doesn't make the errors and who can hit the ball, because you have Lakers defending Class C champs, Class A, B, C, D, F, they don't care, and they're going to go up against the Monarchs that have somewhat of a pedigree. So it's going to be a great game. But I think I'm going to look for the Lakers to take that one.
Yeah, I think we are absolutely starting on fire here. This quadrant is crazy. I think one of the best games in this in the first round is going to be this Waconia Minnetonka game, and then they move. The winner of that gets Miesville right away. So Miesville has had a crazy roller coaster season. They started out well. They had a huge swoon where they didn't play well, and they actually fell out of the rankings. But they are back. They're on fire. They were the number 1 seed out of Section 1. And they basically out-hit everyone. So that is a really tough quadrant there. I'd like to congratulate the Minneapolis River Rats.
The Fighting Aaron Clarks, yes.
Exactly. It's their first time in the state tournament ever. So congratulations to them.
That's awesome. Very good. All right, let's go to the next set. We've got the Anoka Bucks taking on the Burnsville Bobcats. Minneapolis Warriors get the first round bye. They'll get the winner. And the other side of the bracket, the Rochester Royals versus Air Freight Unlimited. Always tough. And the Moorhead Mudcats are the team down awaiting the winner there, guys.
I'll start with the Bucks, and obviously Adam's very familiar with them. Scrappy team. Looks like they slid in past Andover, who was a very good team. But, seeing Burnsville twice this year, they're a tough team. They're balanced all the way through the lineup, pitch and hit, and defense, of course. And I think they're going to set themselves up with a nice rematch with the Warriors. The Royals, I think they're lacking pitching, but they're definitely hitting from what I've seen. But then you're running into Air Freight, and we all know they have the pitching, especially that strong lefty, and Grab Lobster to move them to where Moorhead Mudcats. But Mudcats, we'll see what they do, because they played 365 and they beat them, so they know they can play with the Metro teams, and I think they might put up a fight with Air Freight, because I think Air Freight's going to move on.
Yeah, I think you nailed it there. Anoka is definitely a gritty team, but as I do this, I prepare and I talk to a lot of people, and everyone kept dropping the Burnsville name and how good Burnsville actually was. So, if Burnsville gets by Anoka, that Lions Pub in Burnsville game looks to be really good. And then you have the Graham Lobster Show on the bottom. He is amazing, and they can ride him all the way to the third weekend like they have in the past.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're halfway through the Class A brackets. Let's move on to page 3. Got the North St. Paul Snowmen taking on the Minneapolis Cobras with the St. Paul Mudhens waiting in the wings. And then the Elko Express back at state against Sartell Muskies. And we've got the Chaska Cubs getting that first round bye, guys.
The Snowmen, very young. Cobras have a little bit of turnover over the years. Mason Reinhardt's keeping that team together, keeping them young, keeping them active. But when it comes down to it, I think the Cobras will be able to take it. Just a bunch of scrappy ball players. Obviously, I'm probably biased because I played against them for like the last 18 years. But I think they're gonna pull out. And then with Sartell, new to the scene, played a few A teams early in the season, kept them close. But Elko, they can hit with the best of them. And so you're primed to see an Elko Chaska Cubs matchup. But I'm a homer, hometown team. I think Chaska can take it.
Yeah, this upper quadrant here is like we were talking about this earlier. It's the youngsters. So you have North St. Paul Mudhens, and the Cobras have gotten a lot younger. So that bracket is some of the youngest teams in the state tournament, I think. In the bottom half, every year we have a team that comes in with just a gaudy record, and that's Chaska this year. So Chaska, I believe they had 30-plus wins. And I was looking at their schedule. Of their 5 losses they have this year, 4 of them were by 2 runs or less. So,
and one of them was Bonnie. Excuse me.
There you go. So Chaska is absolutely stacked.
All right. Page 4, the last bracket here for Class A. The Metro Knights versus the Shakopee Indians. The winners get Champlin Park, the Low Gators. And on the other side, the Dundas Dukes taking on the Highland Park Beavers. The winners get the Plymouth Hit Dog.
Well, you got the Metro Knights out there in Skyline. One of the few teams that were able to get into this tournament. Unfortunately, what happened to Stockman's Irish and what's happening there, great ball team, but they won't be able to compete. So that opens up the door for someone else to slip in, and I think that's the Knights, and they get Shakopee. But Shakopee is very good, and they can hit and they can pitch, and I think that's going to be a trouble for the Metro Knights. Dundas, well-balanced, obviously probably the most consistent team out of their section. Going up against Highland Park, who I guess they're just a bunch of dirtbags. They bunch of dogs. They put things together. They win. They keep things close.
That's an affectionate term.
It is, yeah, absolutely. And so we'll see what happens. But then the big surprise obviously is the Hit Dog. I know Low Gators compete well. They have year in and year out. But interesting, we'll see what Hit Dog does in taking the Riverview.
Yeah, this is going to sound weird, but Plymouth is kind of a dark horse, and it's weird because they're the number 1 seed out of their section, but not a lot of people talk about them. But they hammer the ball, and they are a solid team. I would look for this section to go chalk with Champlin and Plymouth, and Champlin Park this year is just absolutely loaded. They have Trent Palmer, who's their number 1 pitcher and is absolutely phenomenal, and so I think Champlin's probably going to make a deep run this year.
Adam Gallatin of Forest Lake, Nate Jackson from St. Bonnie, our guests here breaking down the Class A bracket. Guys, a little different format this year, obviously, with the 3 classes, but also the championship days. So Sunday at noon in Gaylord, Walsh Field, they'll host the Class A championship game. I know you guys have some familiarity. Talk about the field and what to expect in Gaylord.
Well, I don't know what to expect. Never been there. You typically don't see A teams get down to Gaylord unless you're a traveling team. I'll use the Minneapolis Warriors for an example. So very excited to see what it looks like. Tough competition based on the fields that hosted state last year, but excited to see it. New experience.
Yeah, we have been down to Gaylord. It's absolutely beautiful. We've been down there for some tournaments, and we love going there. It's a beautiful field, and it's going to be a perfect setting for the championship game.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Sunday at noon. Let's take one last look at the brackets as we run through them. We've got Waconia versus the Minnetonka Monarchs. Meesville waiting for the winner in that one. Minneapolis River Rats versus the Forest Lake Brewers. The winners get the St. Anthony Hogs. Also in Class A, the Anoka Bucks versus the Burnsville Bobcats. The winners get the Minneapolis Warriors. The Rochester Royals versus Air Freight Unlimited, with the winners moving on to face Moorhead and the Mudcats. Next up, you've got the North St. Paul Snowmen versus the Minneapolis Cobras. St. Paul Mudhens waiting in the wings there. And the Elko Express versus the Sartell Muskies. The winners get Chaska. And finally, in our final Class A bracket, the Metro Knights versus the Shakopee Indians with the Champlain Park Low-Gators waiting for the winner there. And the Dundas Dukes versus the Highland Park Beavers. And the Plymouth Hit Dog will face the winner in those in that next round. Guys, appreciate it. Enjoyed chatting with you guys. Before I let you go, though, let's hear a bold prediction. Who's going to take home this bracket?
Well, I'll start with this. I'm going to say Chaska Cubs. If you can't beat them, join them. Solid team. We beat them once out of 5 tries, but that ball team's well put together. The only way they're going to lose is if they beat themselves. Funny cliche way of saying it, but tough ball club.
Adam?
I'm going to take, this is a little bit of a homer pick, but I'm going to take Champlain Park. Champlain Park finished second a couple years ago. Last year they made a Final Four run. This year they have, one of the best pitchers in the state, and so I think it's Champlin's year.
Adam Gallatin, Nate Jackson, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Class C is coming up next. Don't go anywhere, folks. The 2025 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Bracket Reveal Show will continue right after this.
At DuraEdge, we work hard to improve ball field infields all across America, and that includes right here in Minnesota. A little bit of our engineered soils blended into your Ag-Lime infields can provide such benefits as improved traction, consistent ball hops, eliminating dust, and simplifying maintenance. Join our growing list of organizations who are enjoying their new DuraEdge enhanced Ag-Lime infields. Contact DuraEdge or one of our local distributors for more information.
Hardline drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Rev 1X by Rollins.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
Baseball isn't just a game, it's pride. It's community. At Reinders, we help professionals deliver the stage where these stories unfold. From mound clay and conditioners to irrigation and competition-grade grass seed, we provide what pros need when they need it. Because maintaining America's pastime takes more than effort, it takes expertise. Reinders, your trusted partner in the field.
And welcome back to the 2025 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament Bracket Reveal Show. Ryan Phelps here from NSPN. Joined now for the Class C breakdown by Joe Gross from Waterville and Kirby Hemish representing KASM Radio in Albany. Nice to see you guys.
Thanks for inviting us.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Kirby. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
You?
Good to have you.
Busy today?
Very, yes.
Oh, shocking.
Enjoy the chicken dinner, guys? Yeah.
Chicken and pizza.
Pizza, can't beat that.
That's right. That's right. All right, hey, without further ado, let's dive right into the Class C brackets. We start with the Farming Flames taking on the Milroy Irish. We've got the Quamba Cubs versus the Cologne Hollanders, the Hanska Lakers versus the Holly Hawks, and the Luxembourg Brewers taking on the Piers Brewers. Guys, give me your thoughts on this first page.
Farming can swing, and WeFest and wedding season is over, so they should be good to go. They've got 2 big bats in their lineup and some good pieces around them. Made a victory beating Maple Lake in C last year, and then our Milroy story is kind of cool. The watch count, John Gare just showed us, was upwards of 1,200. You have to add at least like 200 to that. They're watching at their park
Really?
on their scoreboard, their video board.
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
Pretty cool. Hi, everyone in Milroy. Go Milroy. So how sweet would that be, Joe?
That would be pretty awesome. They're doing the same thing in Waterville too. So
That's great. Joe, give me your thoughts on this first page of brackets.
we'll go to the Cologne Quamba matchup there. Cologne's had a great year. They went 11-3 in the Crow. Been because of their pitching mostly, and Craig Peck says their manager, and he's on year 50. So what a great way to send him out maybe for the Cologne team.
Yep.
Quamba, we call them a Whitey's Wish team. They're a first-timer.
Yep.
89 losses in a row, like 20-some-odd years ago.
Really?
Now they're in the state tournament.
It's incredible.
So, awesome story, and that's what I think that's what we're doing here, looking for good stories.
That's great. Any thoughts on this first page on who you want to see emerge?
Well, Hanska, everybody seems to, right, Joe? Hanska's everyone's kind of
Hanska's
darling.
Hanska's going back-to-back to the state tournament. This summer they changed their defense a little bit, solidified their defensively, and they've been playing really solid since then. And their middle of their order is really tough. So they got a good club.
They going with 4 outfielders, or what? No, I'm messing with you. Holly, first time, and they beat Nimrod in 15 innings to get here. So nothing but a battle to get in. So that's a cool matchup. And then Luxembourg and Pierce. Luxembourg, when you got JT Harn and you got Reed Funenstein and some bats behind it, that's going to be a tough team. But Pierce is a Victory League team, and we know the Victory League can hit. So that's an awesome first-round matchup right there, Luxembourg and Pierce.
All right, let's go to page 2 of the Class C brackets. We've got the LeSueur Braves taking on the Burbank Bombers, the Randall Cubs versus the Leavenworth Orioles, the Dumont Saints and the Regal Eagles, or the Regal Beagles as Andy Price likes to call them, and the Waterville Indians versus the Litchfield Blues. Guys?
We'll start that off with LeSueur. Going to be a wagon, going to be tough. Just guys up and down the lineup, they just mash. The Pengillies, the Novaks, Casperson. They got a nice ace in Logan Feeney, and they're just a great all-around baseball team.
And they play a northern team in Burbank who's got some experience over the years. But, everybody's talking about, is it Pengilly? It's
Pengilly.
Is that your MVP pick? Is that what you said? How far are they going to go?
Not yet.
Randall Leavenworth. Randall, another Victory League team, so we know that they can swing it. They got Adam Neibauer throwing. And then Leavenworth, you know plenty about the Orioles, don't you?
I do. They're very young and athletic, fundamentally really sound. The last month they've been playing really clean baseball, and things are going well for them.
When you talk about Dumont and Regal, Dumont's been to the state tournament a lot in the last few years. A couple nice runs as well for Dumont.
Right.
Those Western teams never get the love because it's always like, those guys out west. But Dumont, they got some stuff. And the Beagles, Andy, no, they're the Regal Eagles. Three's Company as Regal. They can swing it. If it's in there on 0-0, Regal's throwing their hands at it. So Regal's got a good squad. Dumont's got a good squad. Tell me about Waterville.
Yeah.
This is his team. This is his team.
That's right.
I got to say good things about them, don't I?
They're all watching. They're all watching.
Their core have been around for about 7 years now. We're led by, a Benny Baran, a Luke Selner, the two Gross brothers, Sam Steer been coming through here really nicely in the playoffs. Got a lot of pitching, starting with Dallas McBroom. He's tough. So we got a good club and been around a long time, and so I expect some success here from them.
Ryan, would you like to say the name Dallas McBroom a lot? That's a fun one to roll off the tongue.
He just sweeps up the competition.
They got Litchfield, who's a pretty good team as well with Fleeceman and Borma. So Waterville and Litchfield, that should be a great first-round matchup. Maybe, I don't know, Joe, maybe the matchup of the first round when we looked at the bracket in whole. That's good on good right there.
I would think so. Yeah, this is going to be a good one.
All right, let's look ahead to our third page of Class C brackets. We've got the Paynesville Pirates taking on the Lamberton Long Sox, Glencoe Brewers versus the Morris Eagles, the Roseau Royals taking on the Cannon Falls Bears, and the Sox Center Titans versus the Opal Bears, guys.
Paynesville won the play-in game just to get into Region 8, swept through Region 8. Last one in, first one in.
Nice.
So the Pirates, who went like 20, 30 some odd years before going in 2021 or so. They're back. They got a good squad, but Lamberton's no slouch either, right, Joe?
That's correct. Quality non-league wins. They beat some good clubs. They beat, I believe, Milroy and New Ulm in the non-conference part of their schedule. When they have their full roster, that's the key with them. They're a very good team.
Glencoe playing at home against Morris.
Always something special, Ryan, and you've seen it plenty. When the team plays at home, it seems like, whoa, this town is all here. Everyone came.
Right.
So pretty cool for Glencoe. They hadn't been since 2009 after some great success in the 90s. And winning, those big games and seeing their tweets and stuff like that seemed like they had a great following. So huge crowd there. I don't know a ton about Morris. I know, Joe, that was kind of our kind of question mark.
Morris this will be the back-to-back for Morris this year too. Went 14-0, I believe, in their league. Won the Land Ducks league. Stumbled right out of the gate in the region tournament. Lost their first one. Had to win 4 to get back in it. So a little momentum there for the Morris team.
And then you've got Roseau making the big trip down to take on Cannon Falls.
Yeah, the gas money game right there for Roseau and Cannon. You got Cannon, right?
Yep, 5C representative. Very professional, very, how do I want to say it? Good, solid all-around baseball team. Fundamentally really sound. And Luke Wenchel pitched two great games in relief yesterday, and he got the win in both of them in one-run games to clinch the spot. So, yeah, Cannon Falls, and you always got Keith Myers lurking in the background there for the Cannon Falls bunch.
Roseau, no stranger though. They've made the trip a few times, and I'm glad they got a Saturday night game, not like a Friday at 7 or something like that where they got to take PTO.
Get off work, exactly. All right, our last matchup here in this one then, Sauk Center versus Opal, the Bears.
Opal, first timer, a Whitey's Wish team as coming through the Victory League, and just a great moment seeing stuff like that when you get those first time teams. That's what it was all about. Teams that maybe didn't get a chance to go to the state tournament. Now Opal gets to be there. They hosted their region, and they play a Sauk Center team who's been around. Sauk Center made a run last year as well. Got some arms, so a quality matchup right there, and should be a fun one Saturday at 1:30.
All right, let's take a look at our final page then in the Class C field. We've got the Piers Lakers taking on the Mora Blue Devils, Cortland Cubs versus the Pine Island Pioneers, the Howard Lake Orphans versus the Brownton Bruins, one of the host teams, and the Wyndham Pirates versus the El Rosa Saints.
Piers and Mora. Piers was the Victory League kind of C leader all year, and they had their way through that Region 9, the Victory League region. So Piers a team to look out for. Mora, one of those Eastern teams that comes in. They've got plenty of state tournament experience as well. Piers and Mora.
All right, Cortland and Pine Island.
Yeah, Pine Island's the other representative from 5C, and nobody's probably, who's Pine Island? Who's Pine Island? It's all I've been hearing about. Well, you're going to get used to Pine Island here. They're very solid squad. They got a really nice left-handed pitcher. He's going Division I. Hit the ball all over the ballpark. Very young, probably average 19, 20 years old. Run, hit, they're really good. So get used to hearing about Pine Island.
There's a discrepancy, too, because Joe and I were trying to get on the same page. The state MBA book says they haven't made it since 1944, but Joe saw something somewhere that has maybe been like 30 years or something like that.
I thought I saw a tweet from the Pine Island Baseball that it was 29 years and their first appearance. So
been a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
they're taking on Cortland, though, and Cortland was kind of the media darling, the rankings monster all year, haven't they been, Joe?
Yeah. Cortland's tough. We've seen them ascend here over the last 3 or 4 years and adding a piece every year. You got Teddy Giefer, you got Jackson Bodie there anchoring the pitching staff, and Nolan Drills, he's their stud, he's their masher. Cortland's really good.
Well, we're not supposed to reveal our location here today, but the Howard Lake Orphans play not too far from. I passed the park on the way here. We'll put it that way. They're taking on the Brownton Bruins, one of the host sites for this year's tournament.
Right, as we would like to get out of our location safely, so we were both talking about how awesome Howard Lake is all the time.
Of course.
No, Howard Lake North Star League team. They got a couple of arms. They cook and con, and that's a good matchup with them in Broughton.
Yeah, Broughton's got probably the Crows leading hitter and the MVP in Scotty Finberg. And Ryan Grams, what can you say about that? I believe he's 39 years old, and I know he's going to get the ball and he's going to shove just like he usually does.
Not going to give it back either, it sounds like.
No.
All right, Wyndham and El Rosa.
Wyndham is sneaky. I think a lot of people like Wyndham. They came out of a very solid season, 2025. El Rosa, awesome story down to their last out yesterday.
Yep.
Jackson Peter, 3-run bomb with first base open, by the way. Sorry, Starbuck. But, El Rosa Wyndham, that's a great first-round matchup.
All right. Let's go through, before we go through, I should say, and get your championship predictions, let's talk about the venue a little bit. Broughton, Sunday night, 7 o'clock, the championship game for Class C. Give me your thoughts on this ballpark and what fans should expect when they get there.
Been there once, a long time ago, so I'm excited to see the new changes, obviously, and what a great treat to be able to play in your own park in the state tournament. That's gonna help the Broughton team, I'm sure.
They don't just give away the state championship location because you're a nice guy and you were really good, nice to us. But
yeah,
they clearly did a lot of improvements to their park. That's what it's all about: improving, building for the future, and having young kids come to the park and say, "Man, this place is sweet. I want to play here someday."
Yeah, it's great. We had a chance, our NSPN crew, about a month ago, and toured all the sites and took some photos, which we saw a little earlier in the show, and they're rocking and rolling. They've got the place in great shape. So, all right, let's take one last look through all of the brackets here for Class C. We've got the Farming Flames versus the Milroy Irish. Quamba takes on Cologne. Hanska versus Hawley, and Luxembourg battles Piers. In the next bracket, LeSueur versus Urbank. Randall takes on Leavenworth. It's Dumont and Regal, and then finally Waterville and Litchfield. Let's go to Painesville versus Lamberton. Glencoe takes on Morris. You've got Roseau meeting up with Cannon Falls, and Sauk Center versus Opole. And finally, Piers takes on Mora. Cortland versus Pine Island. Howard Lake versus Broughton, and Wyndham taking on El Rosa. Guys, Joe Gross, Kirby Hemish, let's hear some championship predictions here. Who do you think is going to be hoisting the hardware in Broughton in a few weeks on Sunday?
If I don't say the Waterville Indians are going to win this thing, I'm going to get tarred and feathered, and all my tires are going to get stabbed. So I'm going Waterville Indians.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Litchfield the first round.
No, who are they playing in the finals?
They're going to play Cortland.
Cortland?
Okay.
Oh. He's coincidentally knows a lot about both of those teams and maybe some personal relationships with them as well. Shocking.
He wants to get home, sir.
Yeah, right. I think predictions are worth the paper they're written on. So I'll just say we'll go with Piers Lakers and Luxembourg Brewers. Those are my picks.
I like it. Joe Gross, Kirby Hemish, always a pleasure, guys. Thank you. All right, and we've got one more to get to, the Class B brackets. We'll break all those down next as our show continues. This is the 2025 Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament Bracket Reveal Show.
MaxBat is proud to support the Minnesota Baseball Association as we are the official wood bat. We take great pride in producing high-quality wood bats for professional, amateur, and youth baseball players worldwide. At MaxBat, our main focus is quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time. All Max Bats are created using meticulous hand craftsmanship and engineering in our state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Town Ball Country, Brewton, Minnesota. We want to thank you for your continued support and for making us the leading wood bat brand in Minnesota.
At DuraEdge, we work hard to improve ball field infields all across America, and that includes right here in Minnesota. A little bit of our engineered soils blended into your ag lime infields can provide such benefits as improved traction, consistent ball hops, eliminating dust, and simplifying maintenance. Join our growing list of organizations who are enjoying their new DuraEdge enhanced ag lime infields. Contact DuraEdge or one of our local distributors for more information.
Hard-line drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Rev 1X by Rollins.
Kick off the beginning of the new high school season and the end of summer of 25 with a $25 annual subscription to the Neighborhood Sports Network. You heard me correctly. Get 12 months of all the great stuff you see on NSPN.TV for only $25. This offer is only available through Labor Day. Be part of all the moments and all the memories on NSPN.TV.
And welcome back to the 2025 State Amateur Baseball Tournament Bracket Reveal Show. Ryan Phelps here from NSPN.TV. Joined now for the Class C breakdown, Tom Elliott from the West Central Tribune, Pat Cheetah from Watertown, Minnesota. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Fun to be here.
Always. Good meal?
Absolutely, yeah. Forsman Farms, I don't know what they're doing out here, but they're doing something right.
That's
good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that top secret?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
We didn't mean to say Forsman Farms. Right.
Our location cannot be known.
That's right. It's keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the brackets. We'll go one by one. This is Class B. We start with the Bird Island Bullfrogs taking on the Prior Lake Mudcats. The winners take on one of the hosts, the Hutchinson Huskies.
Bird Island's 7th year in a row.
That's right.
Going.
No, that's fine. You jump in whenever you
Yeah,
want.
Tom, you take Bird Island because, frankly, after they've beaten us in state a few times, I'm sick of seeing Bird Island.
And I've seen them 7 years in a row at state. Bird Island is very good.
They're top to bottom.
Yeah, Jordan Zagadal. We were talking about guys who drive a long way to go to the state tournament. Yeah. Jordan Zagadal is working on his master's program in Brookings, South Dakota. He's coaching the Legion team in Brookings, and he's making the 2.5-hour drive to Bird Island. And he's one of the best players in the Corn Belt League, if not the best. Shortstop, pitcher, number 3 hitter generally, and they're very good. And their pitcher against Prior Lake is going to be Aiden Elfring. Aiden spent the year in the Northwoods League for the Waterloo Bucks.
Yep. Okay.
And
we had Charlie Bredesen hitting home runs in region. CC Cole Clausen, and back to Bird Island. You can't leave out Sean Dollarshell.
No,
but we got to move to the next one. I do know Shawnee very well. Yes.
All right. Northfield Knights versus the Delano A's, and awaiting the winner, the Hinckley Knights.
Yeah. So we missed the top as far as Hutch Huskies and the Hinckley Knights go. I really like Delano. Delano comes out of Region 7C or District 7C. I need to get that correct. Up and down the order they run. Big, strong kids. They can throw it. They got a stable of arms. And Northfield, good ball in the southern area.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a team we don't know as much about, but all I know is it's Baseball Central. Dundas is down the road, and Dundas is one of those teams that have been a power for 60 years.
Yes. Cole Stanchina.
Yeah.
We got Jake Matheson, Sam Moss. Yep. Those boys are loaded up.
That'll be a fun game because Delano's really good too.
And Hinckley kind of came out of nowhere. Had a couple big wins. They got a couple guys that drive a long way.
Yeah. Dennis Brennan's grandson. He's lives in Byron, Minnesota, and comes up and plays ball. And they honestly surprised the heck out of me because I would have picked Cold Spring to win that. District, and Cold Spring lost 4-2 to Hinckley. So Eastern Mini, they did not win the Eastern Mini North. That went to the Princeton Panthers, who we're going to talk about here later. Yeah. And I'm just impressed with what they did. They have a young man named, I'm going to have to look it up, Dylan Marcelonis. Okay. He's their ace pitcher. He's originally from Esco. His dad is from Hinckley. His dad's the head coach in Esco, of the Esco Eskimos, and I would expect him to be really tough with whoever comes out of the Bird Island. That game there.
Yeah, making a drastic prediction here. I got the Hutch Huskies and the Delano A's moving on from this one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I like it.
I like
Sorry, Sean.
I like Hutchinson an awful lot just because home team, battle tested, done it before many times. I'll tell you what though, Bird Island's got a shot.
Yeah, Bird Island's
I will
very
go.
good.
I will go with that
absolutely.
too. And then I think Delano or Northfield is a real good one of those non-top seed teams to move along for a while.
Yeah, in Class B, no matter what, whoever you see on a night in, night out basis, there's going to be mid-eights on the mound. There's going to be great hitters in the lineup.
Mid-eights, I like that.
Yeah.
Mid-eights.
Yeah. It's kind of the new concept, Tommy. I got you.
Mid-eights.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next up, we've got my local squad, the Webster Sox, taking on the Raymond Rockets. Winner gets the St. Stephen Steves. And then we've got the Ada A's and the Maple Lake Lakers, with the winner moving on to take on the Young America Cardinals.
Yes, your area, Webster. So we actually faced Webster a couple years ago in the Faribault State Tournament. And this team, I'm going to reach here. This team has aura, as some of the young kids would say. A bunch of young dudes with some swagger. They throw the heck out of it. I think they can make any type of noise because of that. When you have young confidence as well as athleticism, anything can happen. Raymond, though, Tyler Steen's jawline moves them into 3 rounds. So what do you got, Tommy?
Oh, well, Raymond, again, like Bird Island, a power in the county, in the Corn Belt League, coached by Butch Steen, who just turned 80 years old, and his son is Tyler. And Tyler, I think, is the best hitter in the Corn Belt League, and I'll apologize to a couple of guys, including Jordan Sagado.
Yeah, we are pumping his tires. We got to move on from Steen.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. No, he's somebody. But and then one thing we were talking about that I really love about Raymond is they got a father-son thing going.
Okay.
Zach Nelson, he is in his 50s. I wish I knew exactly. Maybe 52, 53. Pitches regularly.
Wow. Like an Ethan Vogt.
Yeah,
these guys are lifers.
Ethan's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
And his sons Eli and Esau are really good ball players as well and play for Raymond. And Raymond's also got. Sometimes he leads off, sometimes he hits third. Mike Jesurit, and he's 46 years old, and he's somebody to watch. He's fun to watch.
Then let's look at who they might match up with. The St. Stephen Steves. What a story! 2 wins in the regular season.
Where did they come
6
from?
6 bombs on District Sunday. I don't even know. I don't even know how you. It's
they
just
put
records.
St. Stephen on the map.
It's impressive.
It's amazing.
The Steves are here, and hopefully to stay.
And
we need some new blood from that area.
And people who knew that area, it's the Sartell St. Stephen School District. Sartell Muskies in the state tournament. Sartell Stone Ponies really good. They have kids who play in college and a whole bit.
Oh yeah.
St. Stephen's kind of the stepchild that's kind of forgotten about. But they pick up some kids from Sauk Rapids, not kids. Matt Meyer is one of their better players. He's in his 30s. He played at St. Cloud State. He's a player.
Yeah.
And then I know that dad is Zach and Cole Fuker. They're also Sauk Rapids grads. They play ball there, but
you are
they
an
didn't play all
encyclopedia.
that well.
He is an encyclopedia of knowledge. Everyone's dad's grandpa. We can't forget
Lots
the
of
Ada A's
useless
and Maple Lake
information.
Lakers. Maple Lake Lakers.
Yeah.
Do you like them moving on against the machine that is the Young America Cardinals? Or are we going Ada A's?
I'm going to go Young America Cardinals.
Okay.
And boy, Webster or Raymond. I'm going to go Raymond.
Okay.
I'm going to go Raymond. I like John Sawatsky's the ace for Raymond. He's been there a lot. He was on. Him and Steen were on the team when they won state. Was that, help me out, guys? Was that 16 or 17? Somewhere in there. They won the Class
Well, the Lakers
C state title in St. Cloud.
Okay, the Lakers of Maple Lake won it in 22.
Yes.
They will always
a lot
remind
of different
you.
guys though since then.
Yeah, they're without Malachek on the mound, but
Yep.
they still have Mr. Operational at short, Luke Foby, Ben Clapp. They got Xander and Grant Mergen. And I think they have the record for oldest catcher to ever play in town baseball.
Yeah.
Matt Bergstrom.
Matt Bergstrom, that's a good one. And he's fun to watch too because I would not want to be his. I would not want to be him on Monday mornings getting out of bed. That has to hurt. has to hurt.
All right, let's take a look at the third page of our Class B brackets. We've got the Cold Spring Springers taking on the Union Hill Bulldogs with the Red Wing Aces waiting in the wings. And then the Nisswa Lightning, champs a few years ago, versus the Kimball Express. And waiting for them, the Fergus Falls Hurricanes, guys.
Springers. If you ever go to Cold Spring Baseball Park, they have a giant granite, I don't know what to call it, but it's shaped in the state of Minnesota, and they have every state tournament they've been in since 1924, and it's 50-some times, and
incredible.
there's 7 or 8 championships. A lot of these guys almost can remember 1924. They're a very old team. They're one of the oldest
They're a
teams, and I
dynasty.
would guess today we were talking about today. Zach Femright was on the mound for him. He's 46 years old, and then they have some young guys whose dads were really special.
Yeah.
Andy Bolson's son Drew is a former 2-time state amateur champion. Ben Griffin, a great player for the Springers and played for the Gophers. His son Jace is a really good player.
You got Schaefer there too.
Rod Schaefer,
Yeah,
he was
okay,
an MVP
okay,
in the state tournament as a draft pick
Okay.
for Hamill. His son is a really
Brady, right?
yeah Brady
Yeah,
is really special.
And
They're
then-
they're all really good.
Hey, and then let's talk about the team that's
Somebody-
always there, Union Hill, who can drink,
The Bulldogs.
compete, and win.
They have a great fan following. I've been there watching the charter buses pull up and full of fans, and they make the atmosphere outstanding, and it'll be fun on Saturday night in Gaylord.
Yeah, some would argue that is town ball.
It
That is,
really is.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing else in the town.
Right.
You got the ballpark, the barn, the church.
Shut the town down and head to the game. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. And then down at the bottom, so the Red Wing Aces there every year. Great arms, left side arms. So that'll be an awesome second round matchup. Whoever makes it to Red Wing, but Nisswa and Kimball. Kimball's got a million Marquarts, and Nisswa has, and Nisswa can come unglued at the plate whenever. They're scary.
Yeah, there's 3 Marquardt brothers and a Marquardt catching, whose dad also plays Scott, and his 2 uncles are also playing, and they're all about that's town ball central there in Kimball.
Absolutely.
And Scott was it's the only time I've seen a walk-off in the state amateur tournament when Kimball won the state title.
Yeah,
Was that
Green Isle,
15 or
17
17?
in
There
Green
we
Isle,
go.
yep.
Thank you.
Yep, I
Thank
can still
you.
see the picture of him running around third.
Yep.
And
Beat
then whoever,
a very good Lake Henry squad.
Yep.
And then Nisswa's got a guy who played in the Cincinnati Reds organization and then was a Fargo Moorhead Red Hawk forever. Jeremiah Pipcorn, one of the top teams in and out every year in the Victory League is Nisswa Lightning. And
Victory League is loaded every year.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many teams. It's
Anybody
just-
who comes out of there.
Yeah.
And we saw some upsets this year. There were some crazy upsets. up
Yeah,
there.
we're going to get to Foley. That's
Yeah.
that's almost as it's not as big an upset as St. Stephen, but it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And then whoever wins there faces Fergus Falls Hurricanes, who are an up and coming riser.
Yeah,
So-
they had a good year, but not the kind of year that you would say automatic top
Yeah,
seed.
sure.
They
Yeah.
were 6-4 in their league. They were 12-7 overall. Fergus Falls has a very good high school program, kind of regular high school state tournament kind of teams.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and they
Yep.
play in the Central Lakes Conference, which is also a very, very good high school conference for baseball.
So who do you see coming off this page?
I really, oh boy.
You make yours. Go. Are you scared someone might find you on Twitter or what, Tom?
No.
Come on. I'm going
it's
Nisswa
too
Lightning.
late for that.
Nisswa Lightning makes a run here with their bats. They could have a guy on the mound with a 20 ERA, and they're going to out-hit anybody they play.
I'm going to go with the Springers. I maybe favor them a little more than I should, but I just know the baseball in that community is outstanding.
Always been.
Yep.
Yeah, always been.
And all these guys know how to play. That's why they're still playing in
Yep.
their 30s and 40s and everything. Yep.
Yep.
One final page in the Class B tournament, and for the entire tournament here in 2025. We've got the Watkins Clippers taking on the Foley Lumberjacks. The Jordan Brewers awaits the winner. And the Plato Blue Jays versus the Princeton Panthers, with the New Ulm Brewers awaiting the winner in that one, guys.
Clippers are always there.
Every
They're
year,
always,
another team like Rhode Island that I just get
Geislingers,
sick of
Kevin.
seeing.
Yeah, okay.
Respectfully.
Yeah, Geislingers and
Yep.
Kevin Kramer and the gang, they're all about baseball.
Yep. Bring
It's
a great
beautiful
fan base.
park. Great fan base.
Yep.
They're intense. They play hard.
Yes, they do.
There will not be an easy victory over Watkins.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
there are athletes loaded all over. I know. I'm wondering if Nolan Geislinger will be back. I heard he might be hurt. But
St. Cloud Live reporting that he's probably done for the year.
Got it. Yeah, that's a big hurt. And then Foley. Yeah.
So all you got to know about Foley is to get to state, they beat Sobieski and Buckman. And
That
those
speaks for
guys,
itself.
they actually played for the state title. Was that 2 years ago?
If you beat Chewy Touches in the region, something went well.
And they've got talent in Foley. Foley is a very, very good baseball program. Mike Byer turned that town into a baseball town, and it's always been a wrestling town, still is. But baseball is big. Trey Emmerich, St. Cloud State guy. Drew Byer, he had a great career at St. Cloud Tech College and St. Cloud State University. They're going to be really tough.
We were really trying to keep wrestling out of the broadcast because now Kenny Vogt is smiling. We didn't want that.
That was one of the rules.
Yeah,
Sox Center, Melrose, Fusion.
Yep. Yeah. And then whoever moves on from there faces the machine, the Jordan Brewers. Probably an average age of 33. They have the best plate discipline you'll find. They move along the bases still super well. There's going to be no errors. They have three solid arms that'll get outs all up and down.
The Mini Med is always a fun place to go.
Yep.
They went undefeated in the River Valley League. I think they're 28-5, so they play a ton of ball.
Those 5 games, the big dogs must have chose to go to weddings or social events. And then Plato Blue Jays and the Princeton Panthers. I have Plato winning the whole thing. And that might be because I just was drafted by Plato. So we're a Plato Blue Jay.
How about that?
But that'll be a
hopefully
great
you
game.
get some innings.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right.
Or maybe not, and they just walk right through and I get to be a part of it. That'd be awesome.
Princeton Panthers, what I can tell you is won the Eastern Mini North League, but they're a little up and down, but watch out for them. They'll definitely give Plato a good game.
Whoever moves on sees the best lefty in the state.
Yes.
In New Ulm. So you
Ethan
better bring your bats.
Slade.
Yeah. Yep.
I won't say which state board member managed a team that struck out 26 times.
26 times, yeah.
Against Ethan Slade.
Yeah.
Another Northwoods League guy and probably one of the best pitchers that we'll see in the state tournament. I hope he's playing.
That bottom bracket here is loaded. There's talent up and down this. This will be some great games over in Gaylord and Broughton, and then it moves over to Hutch for round 2. But yeah, Jordan and New Ulm, if you can move along and see those guys, what an atmosphere that'll be.
Yeah, Watkins Foley will be fun, but yeah, I think Jordan's. I voted them number 1 in the state almost all year, so I got to stick with Jordan.
Yeah, and your rankings historically have been a little bit suspect.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would be the first to admit it.
Hutchinson, the host for the Class B championship, Labor Day, Monday, 1 o'clock. Tell us a little bit, Dave Mooney complex over there, Veterans Memorial Field. What should fans expect when they roll into Hutch?
Yeah, Hutch is your classic town ball field built along the river, has unbelievable viewing. And I think it's pretty much anyone with pride of town ball, the way we've seen it for the past 20 years. And I say 20 because I've now been involved for too long. There's so much pride that even if a park maybe doesn't have everything that someone thinks they should offer, they do such a good job with the amenities, the concessions, the actual playing surface. No matter what, I feel like wherever you go, they're going to put on a grade A type material or brand. Your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. Hutchinson will do it up and do it. It's just big enough that it has everything you need.
Yep.
In terms of the community.
Yes.
And superb volunteers there, and they love hosting things. And this is a perfect state tournament for Hutchinson.
Absolutely.
They will treat all the teams like royalty, and the fans will get an outstanding experience.
Yes.
Let's take one last look then, boys, through these brackets for Class B. We start with Bird Island versus Prior Lake. Northfield takes on Delano, with Hutchinson and Hinckley getting the first round byes on that bracket. The Webster Sox taking on the Raymond Rockets, and the Ada A's versus the Maple Lake Lakers. And you've got the Steves and the Cardinals awaiting the winners of those games. Up next, the Cold Spring Springers versus the Union Hill Bulldogs. The Nisswa Lightning battle the Kimball Express. And you've got Red Wing and Fergus awaiting the winners there. And finally, the Watkins Clippers versus the Foley Lumberjacks, and the Plato Blue Jays versus the Princeton Panthers. The Brewers of Jordan and New Ulm await the winners in those. Guys, let's take a look at, or let's hear some predictions for the entire tournament. You already predicted Plato. Who are you going to face in the championship game?
Yeah, Tommy, you want to go first?
Okay. Like I said, I just took Jordan. Let's go Jordan Hutchinson. I think that'll be fun.
Okay, that'd be awesome for the host to make it as well.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, my dark horse and my favorite is Plato, of course. A little bias, but the bottom brackets here, unfortunately, when we see Jordan and New Ulm get bounced out, whoever might do it is going to be very impressive. Right now, I have the machine of Young America. I think Young America makes it. Yeah, I think they end up facing off with the Jordan Brewers in the final. Very similar to last year down in Jordan. They're just such good plate disciplined teams. They understand the game of baseball, take extra bags when you need to, throw enough strikes, stay ahead of situations and decisions. It'll be fun. I'm excited. What a great time of the year. What else would we do without town ball?
I know.
Yeah, I don't.
Sleep.
Yeah, enjoy life. Go to the cabin. Yeah, spend time with your significant others. Yeah.
Pat Cheetah from Watertown, Tom Elliott from the West Central Tribune. Guys, always a pleasure. Thanks.
Thanks a bundle.
And that'll do it for us here. Don't forget, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but NSPN.TV carries every single state tournament game, and there's an August deal, $25 for the whole year if you sign up for your subscription in August. So
hop on.
Get it now. Get them while they're hot.
Yep.
That'll do it for our entire guest panel. Mark Forsman from the NBA as well, for Andy and Brian. My name is Ryan Phelps. We'll see all of you next Friday when the tournament starts. This has been the 2025 State Amateur Baseball Tournament Bracket Reveal Show live here. We can't say where, but live on a Sunday night here in Minnesota. Good night, everyone.